Hi everyone, this is Sumit coming back at you. This is part 2 of a video. I'm doing this series where basically what I'm calling it is when you buy a car, this is what you should be doing, or at least thinking about it. And if you choose not to do anything, that's fine. But if you are watching this channel, I'm assuming you do care about your car and you do want to at least do something to make sure you protect it, make sure it looks good, it shines. So this is a series. So my first video was just giving you a walkthrough of the car, going around, explaining some of the processes. So in this case, what I'm going to do is, where I am in the process is I have actually polished the car. So as you can see, and you can go back and compare this to the last video, I haven't moved the location of any of this. So in the last video, this looked much more shiny than this. And now what you can tell is that this, and again, white paint is very difficult to shine, I know that, but now this is actually shining pretty good as probably white can get. I also got rid of that little license plate over there that took some wiggle room, not wiggle room, but it took some elbow grease. There was a little bit of nasty glue stuck over there, so I had to get rid of all of that. But I think it looks much better now without the plate. Tell me what you think. I can put the plate back, but we'll see how it kind of turns out at the end. I did want to get all the little surfaces underneath that in terms of polishing and coating. So that's where we look right now. So again, that's Lexus white, Tesla white. I know it's not the same shade of white, but it gives you the sense of kind of the shine and gloss we were going for. I'll do a quick walk around so you can take a look at that as well. I'm a little out of breath. I've been working at this 6 hours now, almost straight. I did take a break for lunch and I'm back at it. This is what I love doing. I enjoy doing this. Yes, I do have a business, luxurymicrofiberstore.com, and I love doing that. I've created some really unique products that really works well. But this is where it starts. This is where my heart is. This is where it all begins for me. I still enjoy doing this today. The day I stop enjoying this, a part of me would be lost, right? So again, I get busy with life. We have kids, activities. I'm trying to run a business at the same time as well. But this is what I'm doing on Christmas Day. I'm going to give you a quick walk around just to give you a sense of the shine and gloss. You can watch the previous video and see there's a little bit more pop now that you can see that you may not have been able to see in the previous video. So what did I polish it with? So this was $1 million question, right? I mean, whenever I look at paint, and I know this is Tesla paint, it's not the best, though I have to say they have done a fantastic job now with this pearl white paint compared to some of the previous Teslas I've seen in the past. So kudos to Tesla for that. Still not as good as Lexus paint, but getting there. So I had a couple of choices when it comes to polishing, right? So I have my, my Worthy Just Car correcting compound. I have my Sonax Perfect Finish, and I have my Car Pro Essence. And actually I do also have my Flash Pro, which is an option. But I didn't necessarily think I needed that as an option in this particular case. This used to be a polish we used to offer. We don't offer it anymore. It's a fantastic polish. It takes a little getting used to. People who know how to use it love it. And for some, it just doesn't work very well. These are more forgiving and use and work well. In this case, since I didn't have many scratches, swirls, or anything like that, I just wanted to make sure that I get a little pop. So I went with Car Pro Essence, right? And what pad did I use? I used, some of you may know this, some of you may not. I used a luxury microfiber. So we started making pads as of earlier this year. This was a pet project of mine. I've been working at it for quite some time. Very difficult to make a pad or a polishing pad that actually works better than anything that I've already have, right? So in this case, I used an ultra fine pad, which looks like this. I used one pad, went around the full car, washed this with hand, no APC, nothing, just under running water, and I'm good to go again, right? So if you haven't tried this pad, I highly recommend you give it a shot. These are very inexpensive, but the quality is next level. It is absolutely next level. Very easy to use, very easy to clean. The trick is in the foam, and we have sourced some of the best foam money can buy for making pads like these. So give it a try if you haven't. So ultra fine red finishing pad with Car Pro Essence as the polish of choice gives us this, right? And I'm happy with it so far. I will have to do another walk around, see if any of the spots need a little extra pop, but I'm basically very happy with the way it looks like right now. Okay, so here is the education part of it, right? So this car has PPF all over it, paint protection film. Sorry, I keep saying PPF, I should explain myself. It's paint protection film. I like it. I do enjoy it. There are some issues right in those corners over there. I have made a previous video on this, so go check that out if you haven't. You'll see this car in the thumbnail. That video's got a lot of views, so go check that out. I think it's captioned what they don't tell you about PPF, right? So this car, we decided we're not gonna do PPF. And one of the things that came down to was the cost, right? So this is already an expensive car. I'm sure it needs to be protected the best way we possibly can. But in terms of PPF, we were looking at 5,500 to almost 7,500, depending upon which style of PPF we chose, right, for the entire car. And even if we went like all the way in the front, till the doors, rockers, all of that, we were still looking at about 3,500 to 4,500. So cost was one of the big factors. Second, we also wanted to make sure that we coat this thing with titanium coating, which is Shield Pro now, right? So the coatings have gotten interesting over the years. They've gotten good, and no, they will never compare to paint protection film, but they're getting pretty close, right? So what we're going to do in this car is we're going to put our very own trusty luxury microfiber Shield Pro. And this is a fantastic coating. If you haven't tried it, please give it a shot, give it a try. It is available on luxurymicrofiberstore.com. I'll put the link in the video. Again, why am I choosing to put this coating on this car, which is probably one of the fastest production car ever produced? Why am I choosing to protect this? Why am I not choosing anything else? And the reason for that is simple, because I truly believe that Shield Pro is some of the best coatings out there that money can buy, right? You'll have to take my word for it until you go ahead and try it. It's easy to apply. Now, the more you apply, the better protection you get. So one coat would give you about 2 to 3 years, right? With regular maintenance. I live in Minnesota, very cold. This car will be driven mostly in Minnesota, or at least kept here initially. I don't know where it goes after that. So I'm going to do at least 2 coats. 2 coats is going to give me about 5 to 7 years. I'm going to recommend that they use a topper on top of this. Topper means either an SiO2 spray or some kind of a generic topper that goes on top. We have 2 kinds of toppers. We have Armor and we have Kingsguard. Both are fantastic. And what I would recommend is for the first 1 year of this car, I would recommend that they use the toppers every month, right? Once every month. So basically you're putting layers on top of layers to get the protection that you wish and you choose. So eventually what I'm going to do is this car, we're going to build it such that it's going to get layers on top of layers, which will give it the protection, not like paint protection film, but I'm trying to get as close as possible to paint protection film without putting the additional cost of paint protection film, right? So how much is this whole package going to cost? It's going to cost about $1,200 to $1,400, right? And then we haven't talked about the windshield, the wheels. We're going to also do a little coating on the tires. We have a product called Tire King. Fantastic product, especially for low profile tires or even truck tires with big side walls. Basically what Tire King does is it adds a layer on top of the rubber. It gets absorbed inside the tire and prevents it from browning, which, trust me, on a car like this or any other car, one of the things that's a dead giveaway is the browning of the wheels, of the tires. So that product is going to prevent that. So By the time I'm guessing we're all said and done with this, with 2 layers of the ceramic coating with titanium in it, we should be at about $1,200 to $1,400. I really wanted to work on this car, so I'm probably going to give it a little break, hence the $1,200 to $1,400. Otherwise, it would be closer to about $1,600 to $1,800, maybe even $2,000. So this is what $2,000 is going to get you, as opposed to doing a full paint protection film on top of it. And then probably you would have to do a ceramic coating on top of that also. And I think that's included in the price, but still big, significant price difference between both. I still feel in the daylight, this will shine more than that, because I think it's very difficult to make a layer of PPF, paint protection film, shine the way this shines. Now, I've really done a good job here trying to make this shine, because I've added 3-4 layers of Shield Pro on top of the PPF, right? So this really, really shines. Now, what I don't like about this, you can see my previous video. This is what I don't like about it. This is what I don't, this is a dirt magnet. This is what I don't like about it. I also don't like these little edges, which tend to become dirt magnets over time, right? Now, I understand this is a very, very difficult car to do, so I'm not bashing paint protection film or the people who did it. But again, these are choices that you have as a customer, so it's very important for you to know what those choices are, what it costs, what it gives. Just because everyone on YouTube is getting these new fancy cars and putting PPF and wrapping them, doesn't mean you have to do that as well. If you want to, and if you choose to, definitely go for it, right? But if you have other options, I just want to lay out those options for you. Hence this video. This is part 2. I'll make another video, which will be part 3, which will be after I finish the first round of coating. And then I will do the second round of coating, and then I'll put a topper on it, and then I'll make a final video. So this is probably a 4-part video. Thank you for your patience. I've listed and talked about a lot of products in this video, products that I use. I've given credit to when I've used products that are not mine, as in not from luxurymicrofiberstore.com, like Car Pro Essence as the polish. But I've also used a lot of products that we carry and make at luxurymicrofiberstore.com. So please check that out. My little helpers, they decided to give up on me. One guy is over there, my doodles. He decided to give up on me, and this is the second one. This one's falling off his bed, so it's a long day. I think we're maybe about 40% of the way there. So I'll keep you posted on how this progress goes. I'm gonna give you another view on this. I'm gonna turn off the light real quick, and it looks, I don't think a camera does justice to this, but it looks really stealthy with this kind of look, so, or this kind of lighting. So thank you for watching. Stay tuned for part 3 and part 4. Thank you.